Clash of Clans podcast, episode 52. Beep, boop. Skilly beep boop, beep boop, skilly beep. And we're back with the Clash of Clans and the fans and stands. I'm here with my pal Scotty. Hey, Scotty.
Hey.
And we've got Boaz on the line.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Boaz.
So the last
Lady B's
episode
outside right now, but we'll get back to her in a second.
In fact,
and the
both
whole last episode
episodes
we've been talking about everybody in the
clan.
house is out because House is out totally rocks.
Till
And we're going
House
to get
of
back to
L.
that. Apparently, Scotty doesn't want me just to keep continuing down the line.
No, we'll get
But
through.
We'll get through. We'll get there. But right now, I'm hearing about Boaz and his cheating scandal.
Yeah. Well, Boaz, where are you at in the game? Let's start there because, and then we'll get into the cheating scandal because we didn't get to it on episode 49 because we lost internet connection. So
I guess.
And
that was 48.
And no, it was 49.
40. It was 40. The second 47 was 48 because we recorded 49.
Yeah, but 49 was when your internet went out.
48.
End of 48,
Yeah.
it went out.
49, the internet was already out. Anyway, scandal.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, wait, so first where I am?
Well, wherever you want to start.
Wildfire.
Okay.
Wildfire.
Well, I guess first I am, let's see, in my regular account in Boaz and the True Sons, Town Hall level 9. I just got to level 115. I have 2 upgrades left in Town Hall 9. I have a Tesla and a Archer Tower.
Which will soon mean you have more than...
Yeah,
Maybe.
fuck that. I had maxed.
Maybe it's only level 10, though.
No, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Town Hall 10 that you can do that level 8 Tesla.
Yeah, you can't max out your Teslas unless you're maxed out your Town Hall.
So they're giving the Town Hall 10s more things to do.
Yeah.
Well, basically what they're doing to me is I had one defense that was fucking maxed,
How
and
does
now
the
I
cat
don't.
know every time we start an episode? The only reason the cat's in here is when we just started.
He wants
And
to
maybe
be
it
a
likes the
little
sound of
national
my voice.
internet superstar too.
I can know the internet.
So
Right.
yeah, I have just 2 more upgrades to do till I'm maxed. I have 15 level 9 walls. There's a whole bunch of people
You
in
mean
my
the $1
clan.
million walls?
The $1 million walls,
You
yeah,
have
the
15 of them?
Legos,
What?
yeah, 15 of them now.
I have still not finished my level 8s.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
banned
I have
from
52.
getting black walls.
I have
Yeah,
52.
it's when it's between doing those and like Archer towers and air defenses and
still
stuff,
have
then
blue
it's
wall-
easier to
blue
do
hair
it. Like
though.
when you're up there doing infernos
Blue
and
hair.
level 4 expos and everything, it's probably walls don't seem as important, but they have the little torches on them, which is cool.
Now they do seem important to me because I think I maxed out my defenses and I think that the defenses are the key, but now at a certain point, it's like a tipping point where now the walls become my Achilles heel.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just trying to get my second into. I'm just going to try to get them done because I want to start getting the level 9s. Is basically why that's the only reason why I'm trying to finish my level 8s because the level 9s are so strong.
Right.
But
Yeah, it's
but if-
really hard to go through them.
You want to put them on the corners of everything.
yeah.
Yeah,
all black
and then
with
if
those
they're in
little
the corners,
flames
then they
everywhere.
have their little flame thing.
Yeah, that-
But if
And
I start
that's
putting
the
them
key.
there, if I start putting those in now before I finish my TH8s or no my wall level
Oh yeah,
8s,
you can only have 2 colors of walls at a time.
because then
Agreed.
it creates a really weak point. You know, maybe I could maximize on that, but because I have 52 left, I basically have part of a board that is
Well,
vulnerable,
you know what
and
you do?
and it would steer people from like where my attacks from all sides would be pretty evenly dispersed. Now I would get people only going from one level.
Towards the shitty walls.
Yeah,
And
so
like-
that's a good rule.
Well, you can
two
obviously
different
you
walls.
can capitalize on that and make it a trap.
Maybe, but I don't think that the
I
placement
think
of
that you
everything, especially with the new Velk upgrade, because you're going to have to space things farther apart.
And like Go Wee Wee or Go Wipe would go through level 7 walls like a hot knife through butter, man. Like, but the level 9s are so much harder for people to get through. Like it's
Yeah.
totally different
Sure.
for balloons and hogs and crap like that. But
Now-
if they need to go through it, then level 9s are really tricky.
And so I'm on my last expo, and now it's like, okay, my walls are my weakest thing.
Now, here's the thing, though. But, your last 52, if you left them blue and went with your corners still, one up from black.
But I really need to
You would
get...
go. What the walls that you leave to the last are the walls that are, the compartmental walls.
Yeah, the ones that divide each
Right.
ring into sections.
Yeah, and I'm not
rather
finished with
than
my
the,
second. I'll do the level.
Those
I'll go to
three-
level 9 walls for the weak points.
The three
when
wall
I
pieces
get my
that connect.
my second ring, because it's basically 3 rings. Because you usually want to have, if you can, have everything behind 3 walls.
Yeah,
right,
make sure the key stuff is behind 3 walls.
You have to go
Yeah.
through 3 wall sections to get there.
And I don't have my second layer completely level 8 yet.
Oh, okay, right. You need to do that,
Yeah.
before you move on.
I will when I get all of those done, I will put in, because I have a spot where you have to get through only 2 walls. At that point, then I'll put in the walls, the level
heavy
9,
walls.
and
There
then
first.
I'll finish the
they
other.
they go
ones.
there first, yeah.
But
There is something
There's a tipping
interesting.
point where it becomes like the walls become an Achilles heel.
Sure.
And I totally think it's stupid when people have like 3 or more color walls, but there's a time when the walls don't matter. When people have those kind of bases, they're usually like an anti-hog base where they have those wall sections jutting out that aren't actually enclosed. You guys know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
It's basically
so-
like it's a complicated tic-tac-toe board.
Yeah, exactly. And it divides it into sections, but no one ever goes through those walls. They always go around them or over
Yeah,
them. And so
Yeah.
those could be wood and it would still do the same thing. And then you could, spend it all on the inner walls. But I mean, you'd only do that if you only are ever going to have that kind of base. Like otherwise it's stupid
If you're dedicated to it, you could go with wood walls sticking out because
And then level 10s in the
something
middle
comes
or
in and then they you want them to basically you want them to come into that one section, then walk back out to the other section.
Yeah, exactly. But wall breakers won't break the section, so they don't.
It keeps them funneling into serious hot spots.
And I'm really not sold on the Go Witch Wizard, whatever it is, things because so this last war that I went in, and I'm sorry, Boaz, we'll get back to your stuff.
No, that's
but
okay.
I went into this last war, and I have my looting troops, but I do a pretty hardcore loot raid. I do 22 hogs, I do about 10 to 12 bombers, because great clan castle lures. Especially if you have a few to waste, they're expensive to lure those out, but you make up for it. And then I do. I have been working with 3 heals and 2 frees and loving it. And I do 1 dragon, the rest barbs and archers. And what I found was, so in the clan wars I've been doing, like all dragon or, some really heavy hitting armies. And it just seems like you're, I don't know, slapping it in the face with a log, right? Trying to hit the base like that. You're either going to full
You mean when you could jump over it instead? You mean?
Well, no, so the armies that I've been taking in, have been pretty much like blunt trauma armies.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of one thing, and I think maybe that's why Supercell is doing
Swarming up.
upgrading certain defenses and the Valkyries and things like that. The Go Wee Wee attack seems really like a precision instrument that you're going for trying to get the 2-star. Mm-hmm. Right?
Here's how dumb Supercell
But here's
is.
what I did this time.
Oh, wow.
Hold on one second. So what I did this time, and I love, because I practice with this army all the time with the 22 hogs, I just basically, it's like in Superman, Man of Steel, when Superman and Zod and everybody put on their suit, right? Yeah. Basically, I supercharged it. And here's what I did, is I took in my
Zod
heroes.
Wears the same suit.
I had...
Isn't it?
No, there's a war suit. And
I want to see how this relates to Clash of Clans.
Okay.
What is the supercharging?
Yeah, right.
I'm so curious.
So
now.
I supercharged it, and basically what I did is instead of taking in 45 or 50 barbs and archers, I took in, and then my clan castle I took in a witch, I took in like 3 wizards. so I'm capitalizing on the barbs and archers and taking those out, taking the weaker ones out, and just complementing in the back, because then the barbs and archers, because the numbers, I think, really do a lot of damage. So I'm basically using my strategy, but just like trying to back end complement it. And then I took in 3 Velks. 3 Velks, like 4 wizards.
So you're knocking down the number of hogs, and
No. The hogs are the same or more.
And you're putting in just more back end, smaller.
I'm basically taking my strategy and just making it a little bit tougher. So instead of 12 more
Doesn't make any
archers,
sense.
12 more barbs.
He's just twerking his
So
strategy.
12 more barbs, 12 more archers.
Instead of 12 more barbs or 12 more archers,
Yeah.
I added a couple wizards and I added a couple Valkyries.
Oh, you're just
Basically,
mixing it
because
up in the back end.
Yeah.
Those
Mixing it
cleanup
up.
troops are coming behind the hogs anyway, and so there's no defenses to
Right.
resist them.
So
So,
I'm
you
at-
just want whatever does the most damage. You don't have to worry about.
Yeah, and
hit
I want
points
the
as much,
numbers.
so.
I want the numbers because if my hogs don't take out an Inferno, or there's an Expo, they're going to, take those other things, and then I'll drop my dragon behind. What I did also was I took in the clan castle a dragon and a witch. And so the witches, it just basically, the witches added more of the barbs, more numbers to my troops. The wizard added more damage. The Valkyries added more hit points, and the number, like the barbs and the archers, still could take out the heroes. And when they're left, then they're setting off the traps for the other things. And I'll tell you what, I 2-starred. I basically just, because what I've been doing, and I think making a big mistake, is I've been trying a whole different army. I've tried, sending in this and sending in that, and I'm not familiar with it. So if I take the thing that I'm really familiar with and just modify it a little bit, it's like putting in the armor. It's just going, okay, let me just take it, not so I can use the same strategy that I'm used to, that I know how to make it work in a regular battle or when I'm going for a certain thing. And then how do I complement it with hit point? Give it a little padding.
Yeah, the juiced up.
Scotty, can we talk about too? I know that you tried.
The juiced up farming army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that you
Juiced up
also
farming.
tried healers.
Yeah, here was the thing that we were going to talk about in the last one, but this is a healer
tried
in
it-
your castle.
Castle.
In the war castle, I think would be a fantastic idea.
Because it heals a building.
Yeah, because if your troops die and lightning spells only target ground troops,
Right?
it also it starts to heal the buildings.
But anyone who is even like a halfway decent attacker will lure the clan castle troops before doing anything.
Right.
So the
and they
healer is
have
just going to get
something-
lured.
But the healer
and then,
comes out last.
No,
The healer comes out last because if you notice that if you attack
Oh,
the
it
clan
won't
castle,
go to the troops.
Yeah.
It will.
It goes to the building.
no, it goes to the troops
Well, no.
right away. But when the troops are dead,
Then it goes to
it
the
goes
building.
back. So what you want to do is have a healer with no other troops.
no,
But it will never come out.
no, it'll come
yeah.
out. But here's the
It'll
thing: if
stay
you
in
notice
there.
that when you attack in a
Well,
war,
maybe as
or
soon as something gets attacked, it'll
when
come
you
out to heal.
attack,
Maybe.
the lowest level hit point troops come out first.
So I know that
The
Yeah.
archers come
Yeah.
out
that's been
first.
something that Scotty's
No,
been
that's-
playing around with, and a couple of the other guys from Minnesota Nice were playing around with that.
So if you had a healer and the rest wizards and a couple archers, then basically the healer's going to come back and just even if it buys you 4 seconds,
Well, the healer's going to
You
follow
would hit
the
it
wizard
with
and the archers and heal them.
yeah,
And
while
they'll
they're
go out.
slamming the other people's
And
troops.
probably
But then it'll just get killed by the.
No,
by
if the wizards get hit, then it starts to heal the buildings.
okay, but
But I bet they'll just kill it.
But
anyway.
it's seconds.
What-
and when you're
okay,
talking
what I
about in
would
a
do-
war,
no, yeah,
when you're
you're
talking
right.
about seconds,
it's seconds. In a war, if I have
because a lightning spell will take out all the wizards, but it won't take out a healer, and because it doesn't target the air.
Okay.
So at least
It does target the air.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Let me I should
I like
double
it.
check
I would
this.
hope it does.
I like it, Scotty. No,
I
we're
think
talking
it gets
about,
them on the way down.
Now, Boaz, we're talking about high level guys like me, you, and Boaz, where we have 35 spots in our clan castles maxed out, right? You put a healer in there and a bunch of wizards and archers. The wizards and the archers are going to come
Especially
out.
with
Now,
witches.
you're trying to draw out
Right?
all these troops, right? You're drawing out the
Maybe
troops. You're
that
drawing
might
out,
be a thing,
And
a
a,
witch
and a
and an
witch.
archer.
Would the witch come out before the archer or before the healer? Probably.
Yeah. and then it would be
a
right
bunch of
behind it.
archers, a couple wizards, and then a witch come out. That healer pops out, and it follows them over to the corner like you're trying to. And it's going to take a lot to get.
And then the archers are going to want to get it.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot to get our troops out. You know, you have to send. You have to probably have to,
especially with a witch, because a witch is so.
Yeah, you need to destroy at least 4 defenses
before
to
you
lure
can
my
draw our clan
castle.
All
so
three
if
of us, right?
So if you had a healer with
Get it
2
out there?
witches on the board,
you're draining
couldn't do
like
that.
45 seconds just to get the clan castle troops dead, much less the healer, which may not die.
That's what I'm asking for next. I'm asking for witches and a healer,
because a dragon is great for killing clan castle troops.
right?
That's beautiful. More so than a lightning spell.
But if you
I
had,
love doing that.
but here's the thing: with a healer and 2 witches, what would happen would be, you'd have the dragon. The things would be going out, and it would be trying to kill them while the witch hammered at it. Or if not that, all your defenses would be hammering at it, because the witch is like a wizard in a way where she has a range. So if as long as there's 2 of them in there and she can generate, the 16, I think it is, 8 per one.
Sure.
As long as she's summoning those units, they're going out in the range. The dragon stops there while it gets pounded.
And usually it's not a dragon. Usually they're trying to
They just want to pull it.
Semicircle with a bunch of barbs or a bunch of
And if the
witches
and if the witches can hold off and just be healed the farther out, it's going to take them longer and longer time because the healer is even farther behind.
Yeah, I think you wouldn't do witches.
Yeah, but witches are a time killer.
No, you go
in a war.
But they're
a time killer though because
archers.
of their skeletons, and the healer wouldn't improve. So the thing is, there's
the
2
healer
things.
would just keep the witches alive. And also,
but I don't think it would, because they only take a couple hits to die.
Right, but
a healer wouldn't. It's like a healer healing an archer or something.
You want those healers to heal wizards.
But also this though,
Boaz,
heal
something with larger
you still
hit
would
points.
have
wizards.
When that was done,
Healers and wizards.
You would still have the healer behind the witches.
Same thing.
So it would just start to heal the buildings.
But same thing.
Well, I think with this, you need to
test
test it out
someone's
before we
not
talk
gonna get
about
a
it
3
more.
star.
Someone needs to try it, because there's so many questions here. I think you should try it, and then
we're doing that. Next,
I did try it.
Next war,
not with the witches, but I did try it with the regular troops.
Next healer.
So what did the healer do?
The troops got all butchered by the lightning spells, because 2 lightning spells take out all the wizards. But then the healer starts healing the building. And so,
if someone wastes 2 spells on my clan castle troops, that's a win for me.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah. So, and then you still got the healer to contend with, and then those troops, that whatever troops you bring in, will, if the clan castle troops are within range, they'll attack the healer first before they go for the defenses. Yeah, if it's in range.
Here's what I gotta say, and then you're timed out for sure. Here's what I gotta say. At our level, me, Scotty, and Boaz, at our level, a healer in there is going to be fun. At a little bit smaller level,
my level,
at your level,
okay.
A healer might keep somebody to
at
one
Zace's level.
Zace's level might keep a healer might keep it to 1 star or less.
Because you imagine a healer just hanging around your town hall while barbs are on it.
Well, it's just
it would keep it.
Doesn't last.
It doesn't heal. It doesn't do enough healing to counteract the amount of damage. I don't think it would be able to keep up with a significant amount of damage being done. Like the damage per second by a swarm of barbs or P.E.K.K.A. or whatever is hitting the town hall. I don't think the healer's healing per second would offset that. So I think it would just slow it down a little bit, but they'd still vaporize the town hall pretty quickly.
Right,
at least I think so.
But a lot of times it comes down to those last few seconds for that 3rd star.
And the healer does splash healing. So when they're healing buildings, that doesn't get taken advantage of. It only heals 1 building. So the real power of the healer isn't being taken.
With the camp that takes a while to get out, I think that a healer in a clan castle or a war castle will end up making a huge, like 10 seconds.
It's a time thing, and it's not.
I want to
see
a replay. I'm going to do this in the next war in House's Eye. See a replay.
So the time thing is not so much the healer healing a building. The time thing is the healer healing the clan castle troops that somebody's trying to draw out.
So Boneyard for this war,
which will take forever with a healer.
See, the problem is it's hard for me. It's hard for me to test it because Nobody ever gets that far.
Nobody's. I'm going to do it with player 1. We should do it with Zace.
Yeah, do it with the low level guys. I'm really curious because the way I would think it would work is that because when I kill clan castle troops, it's real quick. Like I just have a whole bunch of guys right there, and the healer, I don't think would be able to keep up, and then they would just kill the healer.
Even 2 seconds while your mortars do work. If you could take out,
but anyone would get out of the range of defenses. I mean, no one's gonna try to kill your clan castle troops within the range of a mortar without killing the mortar.
Far enough, I think.
If they can pull out, what we're talking about is
even on the low level. If you have to pull them out even farther and hold them out there,
the higher level guys. If somebody's going to go after us, they know what they're doing.
All right,
and they're going to pull it all the way out, and they're going to see a healer. They're going to be like, "Oh my god!" But they're going to have troops in their queue that will be able to deal with that.
And they're going to pull you all the way to the corner.
That out. They're going to figure it out on the fly and be able to dumb it. And they'll still get 1-2 stars. Down in the medium range, if I might dump my war castle before we have war tonight and put a healer in there.
Especially if it's a max healer at a low level.
Right
down in player 1
would be interesting.
I'm making them right now. I just started a whole war castle,
and I'll make one for Zace. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm going to be really curious to watch these replays.
How many spots do you have, Scotty?
20.
I only have 15, so I can have a healer and an archer. And the archer's going to pop out.
5. Oh yeah.
The healer's going to come out.
Well, how much is it?
Healer's 14.
14.
So I should probably have like a healer and a goblin.
That's a weird number.
So the goblin just runs away and gets killed, and then the healer comes back to the building.
No, goblins run too fast.
Oh yeah,
for
with the goblin, because then the healer will definitely stay with the building. So the goblin will
get killed so quick. And die
that's the way to go.
And then the healer will stay with the building. And we'll see what. I just want to see what happens.
And I think this is my point about supercharging my army.
Yeah,
is that I think that the Go Wee Wee is a precision instrument. The wildfire is going to be awesome. But supercharging
whatever happens. Well, there's a fucking healer there.
Yeah, numbers and getting away from those super high level attack where it's just super like a blunt force trauma. I think it's going to be better. The better key to a 3-star than is because you're not going to 3-star.
Well,
with
especially
a
a high level, especially a higher up town hall where the blunt force trauma is not. You really need to do some finesse. Stuff because I tried to switch to when there was all the anti-hog stuff. I tried to switch to Go Wee Wee.
It's a surgical knife, so you can get in for 2.
Hard.
You're like, I want to get maybe 2,
but it's a surgical knife for 1.
You're going in for the town hall,
and with a possibility of 2.
Yeah.
Well, usually if you can get the town hall, you can get 50%.
Yeah,
right.
If you can make it, unless they were at that.
I've seen some horrible.
You're already at 45%.
But even with that precision instrument. It's just like a precision instrument. One wrong thing screws it up. Because, I've seen all these Go Wee Wee attacks, and it's not a certainty.
No, when I did it, that's when you guys were asking me what I do in Clan Wars, and I was talking about going to hogs and then going to Go Wee Wee. I was like, okay, now I'm going to, on these anti-hog bases, I'm going to do that. Man, it is hard. My golems are only like level 2 and wizards are only level 5 and stuff. But
see, they're about to get cheaper because I'm just about to finish mine. Another 15 hours.
Wait. A lot of levels to go. But I switched back to hogs because I just know how to use it. And so the Go Wee Wee is, it takes a lot of I should probably watch a bunch of replays and stuff before trying it again. But when you really take a look at the spacing of the defenses, you can hog and most anti-hogs as long as they're the trick is when they place Teslas and stuff in certain spots that they know where you're gonna want to go, and then it can totally screw everything up if your hogs get
those things, if you don't go
for keeping
that's why I think people use too many hogs. People use too many. Because I think if you're going to send in, I think 22, 20 is a perfect number because either you're fucked or you're not.
And you need a whole bunch to lure the clan castle if they have an anti-hog base with a clan castle right in the middle.
Bombers.
Maybe I should try that.
2. They take 2 spaces. And if you can get in...
You get 5 of them and you send them in 1.
So for 4 hogs, you'd have 10.
1. Wait a second. Let them get close.
To get some of those out.
But don't they just one-shot kills by any defense?
Yes.
Won't they...
Yes.
you kind of have to do them in a pack,
No,
right?
at that level.
Not
at
my level
that
6.
level, they get taken out.
Well, that's why you always keep your bombers maxed. because that's the most effective way I found for luring out those clan castle troops.
I'm going to jump right in here and go back to the House of Zod real quick. We'll go back to the shout-outs. We're just going to one or
Just
two.
interrupt with the shout-out.
I'm just talking about the shout-out. Number 27, RMG Superior. Now, this is a guy that is running Cobra. You know, he was a guy that has been around since the start, and he's a pretty cool dude, kid. I don't know. He's been helping me out. He's been, super active on chat. Good kid. Shout out RMG Superior.
Yeah, it's been fun too, talking to everybody.
That's been super fun. The fans.
Definitely. It's really cool to hear people say like what they like about the podcast. Like it's cool to have the affirmation that there are actually a bunch of people out there listening. It's not just like few dorks like talking to each other. There's a whole bunch of people that are fans
that are dorks, and we all like to talk to each other.
Oh, and
it's like, and they can say what.
Joining and then just saying, "Hey man, I really like the podcast. I gotta get back to my clan, but I want to say, hey, what's up?
Oh, that's cool.
I heard the episode and I'm out.
Yeah, now we're at 50. That's why. I said as soon as we got full, I'd kick Xaeus or Scotty because I don't need to take up 2 spots.
And there's other people.
That's why House of
Another thing is like now I think there's a couple of people in the clan besides me and you that have 2 accounts in the clan.
One can go to House of L,
and you just all right, man, move it out. One of my friends.
Yeah, and one of them said that he's like, I don't want to take up spaces that other fans in the stands could use.
TC.
Because I have 2 accounts here. Yeah,
TC.
And you're like, well, no, it's cool, man. But that was way before
TC
we were
is Psychodrama from Minnesota Nice. That TC is his second account. He came over to say hi. He's like, oh, I'll leave. I'm like, no, stick around.
Did you see Boaz? And this is what I mean about. I think we talked about this before you came in last episode about the spawn rate, things that I don't know about. So the spawn rate is like with 3 days. But if you're going to pull your resources, do you know the number of which gems are going to come out?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
spawn rate of what?
Okay, so
get ready for pie. I don't know.
If you're gonna pull your super dark super deek, I think it's worth remembering.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna lure someone's clan castle.
No. Pull your obstacles. Like trees and bushes.
What's the rate of getting gems when you...
8 hours.
No.
And once you have 40, it stops.
You're 40 obstacles.
40 obstacles is max. But
if you're going to pull the obstacles, do you know how many gems you're going to get?
Yes. No, I have no idea. There's actually a formula for that?
Yeah, no, it's just a number. Dark Super D.
A guy
found this from the clan. Learning tons of stuff.
One of our friends now.
He had said... So the first one you're going to pull is... Here's the number, and then it repeats.
Let me write this down. I'm curious.
It's 6045132005103405051010.
Okay, I'm not going to write it down.
Yeah, right.
It's on the wiki, he said.
It's on the wiki, but it sounds like made up.
But there's always new stuff, and so it's like I'm learning a ton about.
So what is that? What does that number have to do with it?
So I'm going to pull something, and it's going to be 6 gems.
You get 6 gems, 5 gems,
and then
the
next thing I pull is going to be 0.
Well, when do you get 0 gems for something?
I pull a bush all the time, and it's just an experience point.
Yeah, right. That happens.
So the 0.
Really?
So now if I pull,
apparently it happens twice in a row. If this is correct.
Yeah. So if I pull something right now, let's see where I am in the
list.
Yeah, in the list.
Do you have an empty builder?
I've got 4 empty builders.
I have
how many numbers is in this list before it repeats?
All of those that are repeated. Or that I just said.
So that's like 20.
How many
this is what I said
was
when he said it earlier on the thing. I was like, so is that pi? And he's like, no. And I'm like, actually, no matter what sequence of numbers you have, that sequence of numbers...
The vividology.
That sequence of numbers does appear in pi at some place.
Maybe.
Not maybe. It's an infinite number of random numbers. So it's pick any random amount of numbers, and it will, because it's infinite. You don't understand the properties of the word infinite.
Yeah,
infinite numbers.
Hopefully, at one point it would occur, but it's not a guarantee.
No, it is. A guarantee.
So it sounds to me like some guy was just looking, and he's I'm going to write down every single gem that I get when I harvest something, and then he got bored after 20. And
so
then
I
put
just
it on the
took
wiki.
one, and it was
and he's
0.
like, okay, I don't know.
Oh, this is it. It must repeat after this.
Well,
maybe it's
if
true.
it would have been me, it would have been 4, 8, 15, 16, 23.
It's actually
42.
Random, but the guy just stopped writing them down after 22.
So I got 0.
Once he got 6 again, he's like, okay, and now it probably repeats.
So I got 0. Okay.
So you must be somewhere where it starts with 0.
There might be 2 or 3, but then I could find out. I'm
There
pulling all
might be 2 or 3.
Well, let's
You
see.
should find out because you have the list
We'll
of
just
numbers.
keep. Oh, I'm in my camp and I have the picture of the thing.
Okay.
6
Post
gems.
the numbers on the website,
So
and
I'm
the
at
fans
6
in the stands
gems.
can test it out.
I'm at 6 gems.
6
if
gems,
it's
all right.
true, because it's on the wiki.
So you're trying to. And while you're doing that, number 28, ABI, capital A, capital B, capital I. He's been around for a little bit. Haven't really had a lot of contact with him. Seems to be active. Has a decent camp. Has a decent war camp, and is doing his business. He's in this war. He wasn't in the last one. Number 29, Deep Fried Oprah 2. Now, Deep Fried Oprah has been mentioned on the mentioned on the podcast a bunch of times. He's a fan of the stands from long ago. He coined the term Zodcaster, and
Nice.
I love him for it because it's fucking rad. And
He's funny. I like that guy.
Yeah, he's on there and he's doing his thing. When he's around, he's doing his thing because that's a second account. Right underneath him is number 30, Zace. That's my boy Scotty, of course. And number 31, Jungle Insider.
Woo!
Right.
That guy is rad.
Right, and you've been around since day one, pretty much. Well, since day one
So
it's been announced.
if it's correct,
Doing
this
his
next
thing.
one will be 0, and the next one will be 4.
All right, while you're doing that, I'm going to go right below that, number 32, Nick Jr. Nick Jr.
Good
is
guy. Now that's a real. That's OG.
That is OG.
that's a
Nick
global.
Jr. Nick Jr. is the only global remnant. He was like, "What? This is a thing? Hey, I'll be in it." It's also a second account because I was advertising on global. This is my advertisement.
He got it on the ground
Join
floor.
Me, join me. My advertisement on global was something like
0.
was
4.
was
It is
like
correct.
was like I'm 118.
The next one should be 3.
Level 118. Started a second account, Clan War, for Clan War fun. Adults only, join us for fun. And he joined. Hey, I was also trying to do the same thing. He's a dude trying to have a second account because his first account is getting high up and he wants to have a little more fun. Boom, he's on here. He's sticking with his main account. He's on when he can.
Fine.
And awesome. You know what I mean? Nick Jr. all the way.
All right.
Right below that, 33. Yellow. Ring, ring, ring. Yellow. That's the guy's name. That's the only way I can say it is ring, 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 and so yellow.
Yellow.
That's how it's
Actually, I
spelled.
answer the phone like that a lot. Yellow.
Yellow.
Yep. It is.
So he is. When we started playing, and he got in.
That works.
Fan in the stand.
Scotty has proven it correct.
Really?
Good job,
Yeah.
whoever
started-
figured that out.
I pulled 4 things, and when I pulled the 1, it was 0, and the next one was 6, and then it was 0, 4, and then 5.
Well,
and
apparently
the next
that's-
one, if I pulled something, it would be a 1, I think,
Alright.
or a 3.
That I always just assumed it was random. That's really weird that it why would they make it follow a thing like that? That's
I don't know. It
so
should have
like
been 4.
why not just make it a
8,
random
15,
number
16,
generator?
23, 42.
Really, it seems like a random number generator will be easier.
Yeah, easier and just make
like,
more sense.
I don't know. Of course, that's
It was
a bunch
one
of tech.
Supercell employee is pranking another one with putting in Social Security.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Honestly, how about this? I don't know code. I don't know that shit. But making a 16-digit number is probably easier than coding in a random number generator,
I'm
right?
going shopping later tonight on
I think
Amazon.
the code for Clash of Clans is pretty complex. I bet there's a lot of
They
random
can
number
probably figure that shit
generating
out, yeah, right.
things in there. But I don't know.
I don't know.
That's-
I'm going shopping anyways.
I bet it's an
What about
inside
number?
joke of some kind with maybe it's someone it's like credit card number and then the expiration date on their credit
So
card.
do you have
or-
the cheating scandal, Boaz?
Yes, I do. So this is very interesting to me because it's one of the few situations in which Supercell involves themselves in the game. Like usually they are pretty hands off, like they're like God up there, like letting us mortals, fight
Do
it
their
out
thing.
and stuff. But there's a few times,
Some
actually
of us,
only twice.
Let me interject here. Some of us are demigods. Not quite God, not quite mortal. My old man was Zeus.
Watch the
Actually,
Fall
I
of the
totally
House of
fall
L.
in that category, but that's another story.
No, I mean, the House of Zod. Fuck.
Yeah,
But
I will watch the House of L.
so
fall
us,
because
they
fuck
like to
you,
watch
dude.
us demigods and mortals, duke it out. And So there's
Scotty's
been two different occasions, though.
The House of Wayne.
Scotty's a Gorgon.
There's been two different cases
kitchen.
in which they've interfered, where they've come in and been like, okay, we got to do something about this. So one is one that I had been meaning to get to for a long time. I'll get to it at a future episode. The situation with Farming Kings, where people were banned. So this latest one,
What?
I'll go over that in a different episode. It's on my long list of stuff to talk about.
Awesome.
But this one is the cheating scandal. So it's kind of old news now when we're recording it. But it was pretty interesting for a while. There was like a couple weeks where a lot of the time, it might have even been for longer. It was just a couple weeks that everyone like knew about it and was talking about it. And that's the top players they had some kind of hack, like an iMod thing. So I'm guessing maybe like if your phone is jailbroken, then you can get some kind of mod that then like people do. Have you guys heard of sandboxing?
I don't know. This is all foreign.
Yeah.
Yes, it's that thing where you have a bucket and you fill it and you turn it over and then there's like a
That's a
shape.
sand cat, bro. That's a sandcastle.
Oh.
Come on.
Okay.
Sandboxing is although sandcastles are sweet. But
Fuck yeah.
sandboxing is kind of like ghost raiding, but you can do it to anyone's base. So like you can go into a clan and look at someone's base and be like, I want to attack that. And then you attack it, but it doesn't count.
No, that's
Yeah.
rare. That's what I've been wanting. Search and destroy.
Yeah,
Since day one. I mean, since podcast day one, I've wanted
Boneyards
I've wanted
we're talking about it as a cheating scandal. Boneyards
person to
going,
person.
oh, who signed
Well,
me up?
this isn't part of the
person
cheating
mail,
scandal.
so you
This
can fucking
is
say, "Hey, I fucked you in your ass," and then,
Yeah.
and then person to person attacking, where you can search and destroy.
Yeah, it's
That'd be
actually
cool
really
if you-
awesome.
God,
I mean,
search and
people
destroy.
don't jailbreak their phones a lot because it voids the warranty. But if you have like a broken iPhone 3 anyway, then you could look into getting it jailbroken and
me?
getting it modded. Yeah,
Who, me? My cracked screen? I have two
Yeah.
iPhone 3s.
I know. So you could get one of them
I got one on my belly and one on my
jailbroken
ham sitting in
and
the tub.
get it the mod added to it. So there's all this cool stuff you can do. I think I don't know if that free gem, like you always hear about the free gem stuff. I've never maybe one of the listeners can confirm whether that's an actual.
I got a
thing.
we got a tweet. We got a tweet about hey, this is how you do it, and it was some. I'm not going to even. I'm not even going to look
too.
because fuck you.
It was like a
that-
scammer thing.
Right. I'm not even going to get into it because
Give
I
me
don't
your
know.
credit card number.
But,
and then I will totally.
It was. This is how you get free gems from Clash of Clans. Go to this website.
It's like the
download this,
Nigerian
then do
prince
this, and then
email.
go that, and then do this, and do that, and then you got free gems. And it was
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's so many things about it. It seems like it must work, but I don't know. Everyone seems to be
safe?
paranoid to do it because they're afraid they'll get banned or whatever. But I guess if you did it on a third account or anyway, I doubt that maybe it worked in the past or something. But this thing, I know it works. So it's once you get this mod on your phone, it's like a defense hack, so that what happens is when you're going in and when people are coming in and they're raiding your base, so they're nexting, they're going with their little magnifying glass and hitting next. So when they come across your base in their search, it I think if they hit next, then it makes I'm not sure. So one thing I know happens if they drop a troop, then it waits a couple seconds and then it disconnects them, and so then you win the defense.
Weird.
get some trophies. So
Get a bunch of trophies. And for when you're those people up there where
super
trophies are so precious, when you're up at 4,000 some trophies every
super dick move.
Yeah, so it's super dick move, and people figured it out because they were looking up there, looking at the top lists, and some of the people that were on the top that there's so few people up there, they're all really good at attacking and stuff. People would have 20 plus defenses, so you'd look down on the list as 1 defense, 3 defense, 6 defenses, 0 defenses, 2 defenses, 28 defenses. It's wait, what? So there you'd see those anomalies where people would have way too many defenses. And so these people, you could, identify it that way. These people had this hack. And so I've heard different things about it. One was that if you go to them and you try to hit next, it won't let you hit next, and it'll disconnect you and make you lose the raid, or it will make you drop a troop or something. But either way, it just makes them win. And so you can tell when someone has used it, because in the replay, there's no, or in the screen, the attack log, there's no option to see a replay. And that's how you know that they did it. And so I saw, like, I was researching it for that episode when we were going to talk about it. And there's like different screenshots, and then there's different people who were like legitimately really, really good at defense, and they had a ton of defensive wins. And so then they were
pissed,
accused of doing it, and they were super pissed because they're like, I'm fucking awesome. You know how much, effort I put into getting my defense so good and everything. And so they were posting screenshots of like, look, when, these are all the defenses I've won, and so it was super unfair. There were people in all the top clans, and for a while on Global, at least on Norse Global, that's all that people were talking about. Oh, what is this thing with the cheating? How do you do it? Hey, have you guys heard about the cheating? And like you'd go in there and try to like look for people or talk or whatever, and all people would be talking about is this cheating scandal. So then Supercell got involved. It's a big deal if Supercell actually steps in and does something. And they started banning people. And so they handed down bans anywhere from like a week. Because this other thing that happened, they had done like 3-day bans and stuff. So these people were banned for like a week, or some of them were banned for quite a bit longer, I guess. And so some people were like, well, they're just going to, how is that a punishment? They're just going to come back and start finding another way to cheat or whatever.
A week is a long time.
Yeah.
I tell you what, nothing like that other game where I got that motherfucking 11-year-old little shit.
God, here we go.
Shithead kid. I got a ban for 9,999 hours, which is like 40 months or something. It was ridiculous. And I was so happy. And then, of course, he still could mail us.
You ruined that kid's
finally,
life,
we got him. We made him quit. It was crazy.
So
that's a ban.
Wait, that was in Clash of Clans?
No,
that was a different game.
Oh, okay. So
this little 11-year-old kid just talked shit, and I tricked him into getting
who cares
himself
about different
banned.
games?
Yeah,
right. I'm not even
I did try that Plunder Knots, which is kind of a fun game.
Don't talk about other games. Come on.
Right.
Yeah,
this is a Clash of Clans podcast.
What are you
Everyone, listeners out there in Radioland, don't play other games.
Best game ever.
I'll play other games.
I know I don't really have
Clash
time
of
for
Clans.
it, but
yeah, you get to play Clash of Clans.
Okay.
But so Supercell stepped in and they banned these people, and so then I heard about the aftermath where these people were banned, and so they couldn't go on and harvest their resources. They couldn't do different things. I don't know if their shield worked or not. I think their shield still worked, but I mean every 12 hours or whatever they would get raided, and so they were losing so many trophies, and they couldn't refill their infernos, their expos, they couldn't reset their traps.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and so they were just getting just totally fucked, which is good because these pieces of shit were like totally screwing everyone else over who's trying to play it, right?
Oh, fine, I won't play till later. But guess what? You're just getting burned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would.
You lost as much as one upgrade. You lost 5 million. Hey, guess what? That's an archer.
And they and it's interesting to see because Supercell, it's like you rarely hear stuff from them except for kind of like tame tweets, and I mean I guess I don't really follow them, but as far as I understand it, when I see them in message boards and stuff, it seems pretty like innocuous, like hey guys, update coming, kind of stuff like that. Except for these two situations where they stepped in and like brought the hammer down on people, and yeah, so that was the cheating scandal. It's not as big as ghosting because ghosting affects literally every player in the game or anyone who wants to war.
Bullshit.
This one is like only the very top players.
Clan equality. Eat a dick. We Minnesota Nice was up. That was my last war in Minnesota Nice. And I must have got attacked fucking 30 times by the same guy.
Yeah.
Fucking hey.
Change your name. But you know what? This is what we said.
Fucking eat a
Maybe
dick.
then, and like...
Suck a bag of dicks.
This is...
Either individually or
dicks.
all, like, suck on the corner of the bag, like garbage bags. You got a whole bag of dicks, and you're outside of the garbage bag, and you've got a corner, right, you're sucking on it. Or individually, one at a time. Your choice.
Well,
pass them out between the clan.
That's so
or
nice
pass
of you
the
to
whole
let them
bag.
choose how they're going to suck the bag.
Yeah.
that's a huge rule in House of Zod is ghosting gets
I
you
love
booted.
that.
Yeah,
I love
well,
that.
yeah.
And
No.
in the clan description, ghost and get kicked, which is like, that clan we were talking about when they're like, how can you enforce it? Like, well, you just kick anyone out who does it. Like,
Yeah.
duh.
Yeah,
How can you
yeah.
enforce it?
that's how you do it.
You're fucking out of here. I got
But,
plenty of people who want your spot. You're done.
I have another shout out. So that's Reddit Dusk, of course, who since I've made some buddies in that clan and stuff. But there's another Reddit clan who, as far as I know, is the top win war clan. So I've been
What?
wanting to get an interview with someone from the best war clans, and I always thought it was Unity Elite. Because there's Unity Air Force and Unity Elite that have 36 or 37 wins or something crazy like that. And then there's this other clan called Reddit Troopers. So shout out to the Reddit family. They're not all bad. They have 38 wins. And they have someone was telling me about it. They if you don't 3-star, you get kicked or something, and they take it super seriously, and they have a feeder.
Then you'd have Boneyard
system.
there going for the lowest level troop.
Well, he would get kicked out immediately. So it's these people that
He
are
can't now. I gave him
frickin'
leader status, and now he's.
Well, he's not leader of Reddit Troopers.
That's
though.
true.
Yeah, fuck those fuckers. I kick them all out.
But
anyway.
so I'm thinking
I
that
want
if they
instant
kick people
coal.
out,
I want coal so I can just kick everybody out and be a dick. Troll,
But
just
they-
troll in the global chat.
and I'm guessing
I want coal.
they've
I'm 100.
probably-
I'm level 112. And just demolish clans.
He just
Make me leader and just kick everybody out and leave.
you just like to accept people so you can boot them.
But
No,
so
I accept
I'm
everybody.
curious. I'd be curious to hear from someone in one of these clans that has 37 or 38 wins, because it must be so different than any other clans. They
Agreed.
must take the war so seriously and be so disciplined about it and stuff, and so much pressure.
Well,
I'm guessing.
okay, there's gotta
Scotty
be a
was
number.
talking about the performance anxiety thing
Yeah.
when you're.
There has to be a-
Imagine the performance anxiety if you get booted
I
out
go
of your
in-
clan for doing a couple bad
I go into
raids or
war
whatever.
and I get nervous and I drop a spell in the wrong spot, or I do whatever.
Okay, there has to be a finite number of the best clan, right? If you won every single war ever since the start of the war, there has to be a number.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's 38. I'm guessing that they have warred nonstop.
38 times 48 is how many hours that we've been clan warring?
Because we've done about 30, maybe about 30 or so. I think we're maybe 25 and 5 or something like that. And so, but we took we missed the first session of war because we were trying to find one, and then we took a while off for our we had a push, and so we took off for that, and then right after the push we lost 2 in a row. We had brought on all these high level people during the push who had great bases and their high trophies and
Yeah.
everything, so they're great for the push. But then when it came time to do the clan war, they just totally blew, and they inflated our opponent because we had all these Town Hall 10s that were Master 2 and stuff like that.
Right,
And,
so they're gonna match you higher
and
up.
so they match us with people. They match us with a clan with 32 Town Hall 10, and usually we're used to more 15 to 20 Town Hall 10s, and so it was
Holy shit.
30 something Town Hall 10s, and we were just and we were also super rusty because we hadn't warred in so long. We had been pushing, and the game, it's such a different such a different type of attacking and stuff. So right after our put, and we're used to just winning all of our wars unless we get ghosted hard. And so we lost these 2 wars in a row, and it was so demoralizing. We were just oh man. So we cleaned house. We got rid of all these shitty people that were high level but couldn't attack and stuff, and took a little break and got our shit together, and then started up again.
So your streak was ruined.
Yeah, well, no, we didn't. Our streak kept getting ruined by ghosters and stuff anyway.
Oh,
we
that's
had
right, that's right,
9 or 10 win streak at first, but now we're back in our game. Now we have a 5 win. No, I think maybe 6 win now. I think we just won another one. I think we have a 6 win streak since we started up again, since we like cleaned house and got, all the new people who were shitty out of there, and we're back to like lean and mean, going between like 41 and 44 members, and we've been dealing with a lot of ghosters and crushing them without ghosting ourselves, which is pretty satisfying.
It is, I think
the last battle with Minnesota Nice was a bunch of fucking ghosters. I got ghosted like 30 times. We tied them.
And then we won.
This is your
the last
second
one.
tie?
No, it was our first tie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Weren't you the one that tied?
No, so who was it that tied?
Somebody tweeted that they tied.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it.
And here's something for the fans in the stands and for everybody else and for you boys. I left Minnesota Nice to come over to start a war with House of Zod before my war was done with Minnesota Nice. And I'm like, I fucked that up because I can't get into this war with House of Zod because I have a leftover time period. And so I just was there handing out troops like crazy and just being the guy. But when the war in Minnesota Nice was over, I got my war loot.
Oh yeah, I thought you didn't at first. I thought we could kick people who sucked. Who like at the beginning, people would snipe town halls for loot.
Sure.
And then we'd kick them out. Like, oh fuck you, you suck.
They still got
and then
their shit.
Later we found out that they were still getting their loot.
Yeah,
like, God damn it.
I was like, fuck those guys. But I did it legitimate.
Yeah, which you should if you do it.
Both my battles were
legitimately.
over, and I left, and I thought we were going to lose, but we ended up tying, and I got less than half of what my loot would have been. But I was over there. I was like, "Oh shit! Look at that! I got it. That's weird."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is it's interesting because like there's different ways they encourage you to stay in your clan, but they don't penalize you too much. Like the whole war cooldown, and then also your donations getting reset. Because I always thought it'd be cool if you could leave and your donations would still be the same when you came back.
Yeah,
but I think it's a way to.
And then I come over
and also with House of Zod, I figured out that
you think it would go with
somebody else
season.
did it. Somebody else did it.
I think they want to discourage you from hopping, though. I think that's why they do it. Yeah.
Michael.
House of Zod was somebody left. I can't remember. Was it Michael? He left. He came back, and I was like, dude, I hope you can attack once you come because he left during prep day
you can.
and came back, and then he was still able to battle. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Well, I had no idea. About
it. That was new to me.
Scotty, is Michael the one who claimed that he was the guy that I was talking about on Global?
I was going to mention that.
So that was not him.
Oh, it wasn't.
No, it was like this guy was like Rebel something or Renegade something so I just wanted to mention this to Michael, who seems like a good guy. But I'm guessing that most people who are high level and go on Global and say stuff like, no, I don't need a clan, no, I'm like too good for a clan, or I don't need clan castle troops and stuff like that. I'm guessing someone is going to call you out and be like, no, and explain to you why you're wrong. So I bet there's been hundreds.
What clan castle troops are. They have no idea how to play this game.
No, but Michael says his thing was that he said, I decided not to accept any troops from anybody. He doesn't request. He gives, but he doesn't request.
Yeah. So,
but you made a good point, Boaz, in our episode about it being 10%.
Yeah, it's such a huge, or more. I mean, if you guys 35 out of 240,
troops,
I mean, it's like 15%.
35
and
archers.
On defense, I mean, think how important a clan castle is on defense.
35 goblins still take a fucking cannon shot each.
Yeah.
They take an arrow each. That's
I understand. Like, his thing made sense. He was like, I was super busy with work, so I couldn't like talk to people and stuff. But I mean, even if you're there's clans where they don't like, most clans want you to at least talk a little bit, but there's clans where they don't care if you talk. You can just go in, when you go on, donate a few troops and request some troops.
There was a percentage of Minnesota Nice that always donated and always requested, and you never heard from them ever. And that was cool because they were active, but know.
But and I could see his. Types. I could see if he was a monk that says, "Hey, I'm just not going to accept troops." That's all right. That's cool with me. I thought
it's not actually, and I'll tell you why. So it is super important in a clan when we do donation contests. We also try to what we've been doing more recently is we've made it also request contest. So to win, you
Boneyards
have to
would be champion of the world.
Yeah, good job, Boneyard. Every time you request, that's 35 experience points for your clan, for your clanmates. All right, so that's such a huge amount of leveling up is from donating to your clan. I mean, even if you do 5 archers,
because somebody else is getting 30,
requesting.
35
ABR,
points are going to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. And so they, even if it's just 5 archers, you do it so many times that it levels you up a ton. And so we would find in donation contests, people would be sitting on there donating. But if you make it request and donation combined, then people need to make sure that they're dumping their own clan castles or they're raiding a lot and using the clan castle
tell you what,
and requesting themselves.
You combine your requests and donations into one total.
My
into one
Boneyard
total,
account, My Boneyard account has the same troops in clan castle for like a week. I haven't actually raided with Boneyard in I don't know how long.
So dump it so you can give experience to the players in House of Zod. So this is another thing.
Because you've just been making too many troops and giving them away. Is that what you're saying, Boneyard?
No, but he could also be requesting level 1 and level 2 troops.
Boneyard just makes troops to give away to everybody.
Yes, you should dump troops on the goblins and like request
1,300.
them.
Don't you think you should be practicing for war battles?
Or just accepting level 1 and 2 troops from everyone, dumping them on the goblins, and coming back and requesting more so they can boost their donations.
It's actually a super, super tight, deep, dense. My hogs are going to go in there. I said it on chat earlier. I'm going to have so many troops left over once it's 100%. There's going to be probably, I don't know, 100 spaces worth of troops walking around like a whole army of hogs just tromping around, digga, just killing everything. The thing that I matched up against is a Town Hall 8. No king. So I'm just gonna and they're all packed really tight. It's not spaced out, like it's not anti-hog. I'm gonna go in there with hog and it's gonna be hilarious.
So you're going only for your matchup?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
That was something that we needed to talk about. Sorry, I'm just chiming back in here.
I'm going to
take a phone call.
I'm going to put out to notice everybody, go up against whatever your number is.
So if you are 13th in the clan...
Not your recommended battle, but the number that you are, go up against that number across the board.
But what if you are good at a certain type of attack and there's someone 1 or 2 numbers away that you could really get and there's someone else that... isn't
Boaz, have you looked at
because you're an air guy?
Oh yeah, I forgot that it was the weak clan or whatever.
There's not one board that is better that their defense is worth anything versus the number across from them.
Oh, okay.
In our offense.
But how do we get matched against
them?
It
yet. I'm curious.
I don't know. I don't know how we got matched against these
Maybe
people.
it's Dr. Death and Player 1 and X-Ace.
Yeah, we got a lot of low guys down there.
But it seems like it has in the past been like when we have our Town Hall 10s and our like Town Hall 4s and stuff, it gives us a variety. So that's interesting that this time it's actually giving like an average kind of thing.
Well, and where's the average if we have that many?
Maybe they're Town Hall 8s and their Town Hall 9 and their Town Hall 8s are almost maxed out. Maybe they have like all their troops are maxed out. All their troops are maxed out. All their defenses are maxed out. They don't have a lot of crap, but they're way up there. So the algorithm makes them a little more powerful than they should be. But
it's not always super. You guys got matched against. You guys got matched against someone way harder once with Minnesota Nice, right? One of your first wars.
All the time.
Oh.
Well, and you know what? With them, we had a bunch of Town Hall 10s, and then we get matched up with a bunch of Town Hall 10s. And then sometimes they'd have less Town Hall 10s and more Town Hall 10s. But, it was the same kind of average. Like, it was pretty evenly matched. But one more Town Hall 10 that they have that we don't makes a loss for us. Because the numbers just don't work out. Or they're just better troops. I mean, think how many clans there are. There's millions of them.
Yeah, you'd think they'd be able to match you up pretty closely.
I've only fought in, 12
except they also have to be searching for a
30?
war at the same moment as you.
Yeah, they also have to be searching.
So that's
it's just a wildly random thing.
Can I finish my rant? This is something I feel very strongly about that I've always wanted to get to on the podcast.
Okay.
Is this whole thing about people valuing donations more than requests and thinking of people who request a lot as being like a drain on the clan. Like you'll see clans that say you need to do such and such ratio. And we used to do that too, don't be worse than like a 1-to-3 ratio or something. But there's some clans, fucking idiots, in their description it says do not have more requests than donates. And it's like, you morons, like
you have
simple
to,
mathematics, there's an equal amount of requests and donates. Like, how could everyone in the clan have more donates than requests? And there's a bunch of clans that say that. And that's it's so stupid.
Boaz, it's really, really easy to have more donates than requests. And I'll tell you why. Anytime you got a shield and you're on, there's donates available.
No, but you couldn't. Not the entire clan couldn't.
There has to be an equal amount of donations and requests in the clan. Every member of the clan, every member of the clan can have more donations. It's just mathematically impossible.
It's a 1-to-1 ratio there.
And so the other thing is that, like what we do, like you can have as many requests as you want, but just never leave an open donation. If someone requests and you have the troops, you have to donate.
That's
you can have 100 donations and 5,000 requests as long as you are donating every time. There's some people that they come on, like they play sporadically. Like they'll come on, request, raid, and then leave. Come on, request, raid, and leave. The likelihood of
you
them...
come on, you request, you raid, and then when you're done with your raid, you probably have some made while you were raiding, and then you go down the line and donate everything.
For us, there's no line. I mean, as soon as someone requests, they just get filled immediately, unless it's a specific.
And of course, House of Zod. And House of Zod, it's you can't even get to the button fast.
It's like piranhas in House of Zod, man. That's a fierce donation.
The only thing is people aren't requesting that often. I don't think.
Well, I think people need to maybe that'd be a clan mail to send request. Don't be afraid to request as much as possible because everyone wants to donate their troops. Like if you're in a clan where people are like, oh no, like it's a hardship for people to be requesting and stuff. Don't request so much. Try to conserve your clan castle, and that's just stupid. Everyone wants to request. I mean, donate. Everyone wants to get experience.
Since day one in House of Zod, since Boneyard's been there, I haven't actually raided with Boneyard. I have been having wizards and witches and dragons just constantly making. I've just been, my pumps and mines make this shit because I'm not even bothering with it. Mm-hmm. And they're just making it. I just keep dumping them out and dumping them out and dumping them out. Request that stuff. I'll do it for you. Just fucking do it out. Finally,
and you should request too, though.
Yeah.
Well, I actually haven't raided with Boneyard in forever.
Yeah, so dump it on the goblins. Request everyone's low-level troops. Dump it on the goblins, and then 20 minutes later, request it again.
I have 5 sleepy builders.
Yeah. Don't you think you should be doing some work?
At some point, I need to get another. Where am I at? 6.3. I was at 6.7. Now I'm at 6.3.
House of L will grow stronger.
I've lost 4 million elixir in 2 days.
I see that happening, and that'll be a whole nother debate.
I'm going to save up to get 8 million so I can start my level 4 dragons so I can start donating them. But my Boneyard is just now a donating account. And I put
on generous man
on player 1. I just put do not donate to me, thank you.
Because I saw that.
I donate to myself.
Boneyard's going to donate.
They want to get in there and get. Hey, player 1 wants it. Hey, Boneyard wants it. Like, no.
Oh my god! I could go to such.
So with player 1, Boneyard, you're stifling the flow of donations in the clan if you're not requesting with both your accounts. It's all well and good if you want to.
Someone who loves himself.
Player 1, Boneyard's troops.
I have the 3 max hogs that I want for player 1.
So that
ready
makes
to
sense.
go at all times. But
with your Boneyard account, request all the troops from the low level players so they can get their experience up and stuff. Right, if you want to improve your clan,
I should probably, even though I'm not raiding, I should probably just dump dump that in the goblin.
Yeah, just dump and then hit exit, and then go back in and
give me
request
whatever
again.
you want.
There's a lot of House of L's, but I'm gonna have to do it anyways.
Really?
Yeah.
You get House of 827.
House of L 827.
Boo.
I'm just gonna do House of L.
Everyone remembers Scotty's
and you'll
birthday.
know that I'm Scotty.
Should name
will
it
be
the Zodcast.
The Zodcast. Well, we have
Everyone remembers Scotty's birthday.
827.
Good point.
August.
All right. Well, hey,
27th.
we're running late, so let's
Number
wrap
35.
up.
Number 35 is Spartan, and he's been in the war. He's a new guy. He's a newer guy, and he's been a fan of the podcast, helping out, wanting to be friends. Probably
Okay,
a
so
second
is it going to
account.
be the next episode that we get to some other
Yeah, we're
shows?
only at 36. I still have 15 left.
Yeah. So let's wrap up here, and then we'll.
I have some
do the
not House of
I'm going to
Zod.
record the next one from the car because I have to go meet my wife. So it's
Okay.
going to
So
be
let's
interesting.
wrap up, and then we'll finish up in next episode.
Okay.
All right, let me call you guys back
All
in a
right.
few minutes.
Keep it classy,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Keep it classy.
Keep it classy.
Keep it classy, boys. All right,
Yeah,
we're
we're still
rounding
on
up
the
here at Clash Clans Studios, WBSMD Studios at ClashClansPodcast.com. That's
Apparently, you need to say that slower
4242. What?
because people don't know the
We'll record it.
WB.
WBSMT Radio.
There you go.
Radio. Do I sound like I'm on old
WBS. Get a hold of us. WBSMT Radio on Twitter, ClashClansPodcast.com or ClashClansPodcast@gmail.com. Or call us at
424-27 Clash.
what's that?
What?
Huh?
424-27
Or come to House of
Clash.
Zod and say,
Yeah,
what's up?
come say hi.
Yeah, come say hi and try to join.
Or House of L.
And get kicked out like a motherfucker.
House of Zod is full.
All right, keep it classy, everyone.
All right.
Keep it clashy.
Next up.
Clashy.
Skilly beep 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 skilly beep.